Hi, I'd like to introduce a plugin that I've been working on, Mapbox Bridge Plugin. This plugin allows you to select a real-world location from a Mapbox map and import it as a landscape into Unreal. This plugin uses the existing web application here, the Unreal Bridge application, which looks like this. Let me show you a little live demo, and then we'll go through the actual install of the plugin itself. So you need an Mapbox Access Token, uh, and there you can get a free one. It's easy. Nothing else, nothing fancy. You don't need to pay for anything. A free token is just fine. So you need to create a Mapbox account and grab your token. Once you have your token, um, you can paste that here. You also need to choose a download directory for uh, the files that are going to be downloaded. Anywhere on your PC is fine. And for me, I just have it here. Okay. And then you can save your settings, and this is what you get. Now, this is the web application. The actual plugin that I've created basically takes this web application and combines it into an Unreal plugin so that there's no dependencies, no installs, nothing like that that you have to besides the plugin. You can run this um, web application separately without Unreal using Node.js, and you can download the height maps to use in other applications if you want. It's not necessarily specific. The web application, creates height maps, 16-bit height map files from any location on the map, and again, you can import that into any application. You can find out further information about the web application itself on the GitHub repo for it. Now, let's go back to the actual plugin for Unreal, and I will demonstrate how to install and set that up. So again, go to the repo for the Unreal Mapbox Bridge plugin, and all you need to do is download the source. So go to Code, Download Zip. Okay, um, and we can go to our downloads, and I've already got it downloaded, but let's just go through it again. I'm going to unzip it. Okay. And when I do, I get a folder. I also have another folder. The inner folder is the one you want, the one with all the data. So grab this folder. I rename, just take off the master. Okay. You also need to obviously have an Unreal project set up. I've tested this in 4.27, but it should work in 4.26 and 5.0 as far as I can tell. So basically, I just set up a simple simple 4.27 project. There's nothing on it. The only thing in this project is uh, an empty scene with your basic lighting set up, your basic lightings and sky atmosphere, just so you can see. So once you have that basic set up, then all you need to do is copy the plugin from the downloads folder here, and then place it into the plugins folder in your application. Now, you may not have a plugins folder when you initially create. You won't probably have a plugins folder when you create your Unreal project. Just create an empty blank plugins folder, and then go into it and paste the um, Unreal Mapbox Bridge plugin. And then all you have to do is launch your Unreal application. It will ask you to compile it for the first time. That's fine. Go ahead and let it do its thing. It shouldn't take too long. It's a pretty simple application. Again, most of this is just using a web application compiled into an exe, so it makes it seamless uh, when you're working with Unreal. You don't have to have a separate web application running or server or anything like that, just to make it easier. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do, you won't see this folder. You have to initially go into View Options here and check Show Plugin Content. Like if I uncheck it right now, see it's gone. This is what you will normally initially see. Go in here, choose Show Plugin Content, and of course you won't have these. Sorry, let me clear it all out here. This is my basic starter project right here. Nothing but lights, scene, stuff. Once you have the show plugin content, you will go to this plugin. You may have other ones, but this is the one you want, Unreal Mapbox Bridge Content. Click on that, open up the blueprints folder, and drag the Mapbox BP blueprint onto your scene. So now it's on your scene, and you will see it here. The properties of the Mapbox blueprint are all here. You don't really need to know anything about this. Again, it's a work in progress and testing. Most of this stuff here is for importing landscape features in a future update to import rivers, lakes, roads, that kind of stuff. That's the main idea of this, or the second part of this. But the first part here is the map. So two things you need to do. One, first you just click on Select Map. And that'll open up the web application we just saw. Now this is a separate install, so you will have to go in and set up the settings just like what I showed you before. You'll get your Mapbox API. You will have to select your folder location and then hit Save Settings. You will then come up with this. Now this application is just a little exe running, but it feels like it's running within Unreal. The next major step you have to do is copy the download path. So when you went to your settings, you selected a folder on your drive. So 3D projects, real world height maps. That's my path. So I need that path. You can copy it from there, or go navigate your folder. But anyway, I need this path here. Let's copy it. Control C. And then I need to go to my blueprint in my Unreal project and paste this path into height map directory. That is the only requirement right now. And once that's in there, you can go back to your map application. Okay. Of course, you can minimize it if you want to see it actually import into Unreal in real time. I mean, that's fine. So, for example, if I wanted to see it actually import, you can do that. And click here. Excuse me. Go back to your map. Let me maximize it just to show you the application a little bit easier. So anyway, here's the map. And I'm left clicking and holding my left mouse button to drag around. I can zoom out, way out. Let's see, I can go over here to whatever location you want. Zoom back in. I don't know, pick something like whatever this is. It's interesting terrain, pretty cool looking terrain. And then I'm going to left click once on it. Okay, and you'll have to allow saving and editing of the files. That's okay. Let me see. I don't like that cushion. Let's get a little bit more of right now it's limited to do a certain square tile. Again, you can zoom in a little bit, get a smaller one, zoom out, get a bigger one, and it shows you kind of what the preview of the landscape's the height map file is gonna look like. Okay. You can also check, for Unreal, you want to leave these settings default. This I'll explain at a later date. That's something you may or may not want to change. The landscape size is based off the recommended landscapes sizes that Unreal has. So 2017 is one of the sizes. I'm going to choose that. Okay. And if you want to name it, you can. Otherwise, it'll just name it landscape 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the first thing I'm going to do is hit download, and it's going to start its download process, and it'll finish it. Next, I can hit send to Unreal, and it'll start doing that as well. Now, it sent it to Unreal, and if I minimize my web application, you'll see it has imported it as landscape 1. So we can kind of zoom out a little bit, and you see now the Z scale is off. It's probably a little big. So what you need to do is select your landscape, go up here to Z scale. Right now it defaults at 100. I'm going to drop this down to 50, probably. See what it looks like. It looks better. In the web application itself, there is a Z scale, and sometimes it's accurate close, like it's got 39, set at 39 right now, and that's probably right. But again, right now it's kind of difficult to calculate exactly what your Z scale is, in Unreal. Hopefully I'll be able to figure that out a little bit later. But right now that looks pretty good. I like it. Neat looking featured landscape. So, that's pretty much it. So now you're done. I mean, control save. Now you can sculpt your landscape, do whatever you want with it. Let's say you wanted to import another landscape, your application, and you can close this application down like that. You can go back to your blueprint, open the application up anytime you want. Very easy. Let's say this is the default Mount Rainier. I just kind of like that. I want to go ahead and import Mount Rainier as a landscape as well. So I'm going to do that. I got it. Now I'm going to change my size to 2017 again. I'm going to download it. And I'll just show you what it does when it's importing in Unreal. It's nothing fancy. And then I'm going to, I select off of it, so I have to select it again. Select 2017 and download it. And now I'm going to send it to Unreal. And now you can see it's importing the landscape as Unreal. All right, so let's close that down. Now I have imported my Mount Rainier landscape. It does come on top of each other, so just move one out of the way. And then you have both of your landscapes. Now you've got Mount Rainier and whatever other location that was. And you can just keep on importing landscapes upon landscapes. And that's pretty much it. At a later date, I would like to get another feature working, which is called Create Features, which currently isn't working, and that's what all this data here is going to be used for. Again, right now, not something that's working, you need to. But ultimately, let's say, your height map is Mount Rainier here, and it's got roads and rivers and lakes. Well, when you hit Create Features, it should actually, put in 3D mesh for roads, rivers, and lakes. Currently, if you click on it now, it's only going to put in one point, and the point is wrong. And this is the main problem I'm having right now, is trying to figure out how to get the features on the part of the map that I want. So if you look at it right now, go to the landscape or import line where it imported it at. It is somewhere way over here. Not on the map. It should be on the location I clicked right here. So anyway, that is basically it for installing the Unreal Mapbox Bridge plugin and importing real live locations from a map into an Unreal landscape. Thank you. If you have any questions, please submit features requests, issues on the GitHub repo. Thank you very much. Bye.